Hi, everybody. I'm Kevin.S, and this is iClone 7, and this is going to be on advanced planes. A plane is basically just a layer, how to use layers in pictures and videos in iClone. But this one's going to be a little more advanced. Um, this one's going to cover transparent animated planes or layers. And you might be saying, well, what does he mean? So, anyways, I will throw one in and let you see. So, how you drag a plane or layer into iClone is simply any photo or video you have, just right click on it and drag it right into the project window, release it, and a pop up window will come up, and you will see 3 or 4 or 5 different options. Click on plane and let it come in. So, there, now you have a plane. Just a simple 2D photo, picture, or video. Now, the difference between just a regular photo or video, transparent planes are basically how you build up giant scenes. So, like in the movies, they do it too. They'll just green screen the people, record them, and then digitally add different planes or layers. And this is basically what they do. But this is an iClone, of course. So, I'm just going to do some demos here and just show you some different animated transparent planes. Give me a sec here. So again, I'm just literally just right clicking, holding, and dragging in and dropping and selecting plane. I'm just going to load up a few so people can just see. You might already be getting a lot of ideas. Now, these are all animated, ones that I've already created. So you can see that you can definitely do some interesting things with animated transparent planes. Now you can build entire scenes with animated transparent planes or layers, whatever you like to call them. And that can save huge amounts of time, and file sizes, and you can still have great quality. Here is one of a regular video that was shot with a cell phone and made transparent. So just off of this, you could add water, a background, some plants around there, and within minutes you can have a large, nice scene that you can move around in. And you can also bring in photos, which would basically be a PNG file, which are also transparent. So you can have stills or animated. So let's say you have a castle in the back, which is just a still transparent with animated transparencies in the front. So again, you can have little scenes that you make. Now you can blend that into things. You can also do logos and all types of things. Of course, these are all just 2D. But you can get as detailed as you want. Oh, what's going on? So even just from that photo, I can say resize a little bit. Adjust it. Into the visuals. Tone map it. Ambient. Yeah, now I'm just playing around. Anyways, you can just see just by playing around a little, you can do all kinds of different things with animated planes. Go back up to exposure. So you can use videos or whatever you want. So for instance, if I brought in, say, we'll just do some quick water. Just throw some water in. Change that to black on the color. Change the bump map. So, turn off the fog. I can bring back in my fire plane. Let's say I just bring it right up to about here. Sync it a little. Grab the dinosaur. Of course, this is very quick and rough. Again, quick and rough. And if even I wanted to bring in, say, another plane, this time just a video plane. Again, I'm just playing. This is definitely not the best video for this. A nice dark background would be nice, but this is just to give an idea. Just a few minutes of play. Add some plants, trees, blend it a little, adjust the lighting, and you have yourself a very nice scene. So you can see that transparent animated planes are definitely beneficial, and I highly recommend getting used to creating them and using them. Again, here's another simple, quick thing you can do just for an idea. Give me a second here. We'll bring this in. This is just a simple computer monitor, but this is just another little way of saving memory, all that. So let's just say we have a little scene of, hold on, let me find it here. Okay. So I'm going to bring this video in as a plane. simply just going to shrink it, adjust it. This is just a quick example. I'm not going for perfection here. Basically, just line it all up, get it all set. Obviously, spend some time doing this, but this is just a quick tip. Meh, good enough. So then, anytime you mess with a plane and you want to attach it to something, so it's up here, and so anyways, yeah, you want to attach it to the monitor, so it will always be attached to the monitor, and no matter what you do with the sorry. No matter what you do with the monitor, it will stay with it. Of course, you want to adjust it so it's nice and flat and everything, but this is just an example. And of course, when you click it, you have your video going. So that's another thing you can do with planes. So anytime you have TVs or cameras or no matter what it is, you can, for example, let's see, import. Give me a second here. So here I have a camera. And if I really actually technically wanted to simply add a video there, just bring it as a plane. Again, I just adjust it to the height and size that I want it. Of course, you have to adjust everything else, but you get the idea. Wow, I'm really far away. And my lighting's off, but you get the idea. So there are lots of different ways that you can use planes. But really the most powerful way is the transparency animated. Because no matter what you do, it's amazing how it works. For instance, I've got this other one here. This will be huge now. I can shrink it down. This is just another animated plane. But you can do some really cool things with these. Here's another one. Again, I'm just doing this to give you ideas and so we'll stick him here. You can do some very high detailed characters too. This is not the best example, but it'll give you an idea. You can actually animate entire scenes, green screen the backgrounds out, and layer on top of layer or plane after plane and create entire scenes. So, for instance, if you have a desk, you can place her behind the desk. Of course, this is not a file that I would use because I still have the black bars there, but pretend that's a desk or something and she's behind it. course, there's no black bars, but really the sky's the limit on what you can do. And now you might be asking, well, how do I make animated transparent scenes? So I'm going to show you real quick. Let me just file name. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is go over to your project window, scroll down to background color. Click on it. Now you can't see it on my screen, but on your screen you're going to have the color palette panel window. Choose the bright green, second from the right on the left side of the screen where all the little squares are. Choose the bright green. So you have a bright green background. Okay. So then what you want to do is I'm just going to pick, let's say, Mason. I'll look for Mason here. So I'm just going to pick Mason. I'm going to bring Mason in. So now I just have Mason here. So, and I can build an entire scene here, but I would not add anything to it but the props. So then let's just throw whatever motion on here. Yeah, let's just use that one. Okay. So now we have Mason moving around. Of course, normally I would adjust lighting and everything else. But basically, this is how you do it. So let me just add, well, I don't know anything. I have a lot of models here. Let's throw in a staircase. Okay, so let's just leave it like that. So let's just say this is our scene. So what we want to do now, once it's all set up, the animation's ready, we play it, looks okay, and you're going to go over to render, and of course choose at least 1080p. Choose super sampling, 3x3, and then high quality shadows, and then render it. And what you'll have is a rendered version of this with the green screen. So the next step you would do is go into Pop Video or hit Film Express and simply chroma key it, remove the green, and all you'll be left with is him and the staircase. And then you just bring it right back into iClone and you have a transparent background. Follow those quick steps and you'll end up with this. But it would be Mason and the staircase instead. So you can do out huge scenes with green screen in the back and then simply chroma key it and bring it back into iClone and you can have an entire scene which is just simply a 2D layer or plane. And you can also animate these. So let's just say, for instance, let me create a camera. So now I'm in a camera view. Let's just say we're going to go to here. Take our little guy and move him here. So now he'll be moving along as he's flying. And I'm not using hardly any memory. So if I bring him to here, he'll go a little faster. He'll fly along. Same thing if I go into preview. And all it is just a simple animated plane, transparent plane. I can add effects to this, change textures, colors, anything I want. It's highly modifiable. Simply, you can go into textures here and change whatever you want to change on them. I can simply add some things to this scene. For instance, I have a kitchen here that's all set and built. So I can easily now have him flying through the kitchen. I can actually make him a little smaller. And now you can kind of see the power of transparent animated planes. Of course, now he's being resized through the whole thing, but I'm playing around with so much, but anyways, that's something that you can play around with. I'll probably do a quick little tutorial on how to actually make the transparent planes, but this will give you an idea. Things you can do with transparent planes. Now I can also, I want to even have some more fun. Bring her in. And what's nice about transparent planes also is it retains the shadows. You still see the shadows. I can have her dancing on the table. Another quick idea while I'm doing this, if another way of using a plane, which is kind of a cool thing to do, is hold on 1 second. So what I'm looking for is a wall with a window. Oh, I don't have a single one. Come on. I'll just use this one. Oh, that's not a wall. Oh, it is. Okay. This is just a quick example. This is not the correct wall or anything. So, but I'm just giving you an example from outside the window that you can, for example, let's take that other one again. Put it here, plane. Expand it. Adjust it. Well, you get the idea. So if you set up a building, you can have actual video in the background. All right, that's a little better. So this is just a more advanced way of playing with planes. Different ways of using them. Hopefully this gives you some ideas. So that's really what this video is about. And then I have this one, which I'll actually post later, but I can just demo it right here. Just bring it as a plane. This I created using a plane in a real video. And I did this in iClone. But this guy is literally a guy made in CC2 and then green screen animated and green screened him and created a plane and put it with a real video, blended it all. So this is the kind of scene that you can make with a simple video in one plane. So this is kind of a finished example. And then even just goofing around. So now you can kind of see how the different layers or planes work. And you can do forests, you can do cities, you can do bedrooms, anything you want. You just have to take the time to create all the different transparent layers or planes. But it's well worth the time. And once you have it made, you can use it over and over and over. So you can do it with clouds and whatever you want, trains, planes, characters, animated scenes. Again, I'm just playing here. Just give you ideas. You can do products this way. You can do PNG files, which are basically still photos with no backgrounds. You can do text. You can do all kinds of things. And it's 2D, but you can still, lay it down on the ground or twist it or bend it. You can add effects to it, whatever you want. Here's another one. Yes, I have minions. This is just a test one, though. It's not the final, but again, this is just giving you ideas. So iClone has a lot of power. You can do a lot of stuff with it. So even if I just wanted to start building something around just bring in some regular props real quick. And you'll notice all the shadowing will work. You can see the shadow moving in front of the frog. So you can easily blend in. If you look at her, looks like now she's standing behind there. So hopefully this gives you a few ideas on what you can do with transparent animated layers or planes. Again, I'll make a video on how you actually go through the whole process of making it, but basically you just add a green screen to any animated scene. Don't add any backgrounds, just your lighting. Don't worry about anything else. Just put the props in and your animation and then render it with a green screen. And then you can bring it into another program and remove the background and bring it right back into iClone. And it doesn't matter how detailed you get, or even if the file's half a gig, it doesn't matter because it'll save you a ton of space and file sizes. And oh, sorry, I'm looking for this at the same time, but and this is an unofficial video. It's I do a lot of stuff for Reallusion, so this is my own video. And again, I'm just playing around. So you can do a lot with planes. They're very powerful. I think it's one of the most underrated features in iClone because of its simplicity. Um, but yeah, once you learn how to do all this stuff, your time creating scenes will go way down, and you can do much more intense things. And again, I'm just playing here, so. And you can see, even with all these things added, I'm only using 1.5 gigs of my video card. And I have a lot going on in here, a lot of videos going. But anyways, that's about it.